We'll have a clown world today where NASA says it's sending 2 more helicopters to Mars. 2 more helicopters to Mars.
My guess is that the first people who land on Mars will say something to the effect, oh wow, this looks just like Devon Island.
Welcome everybody to Mars.
Not everybody can be a robot polisher.
Devon Island is the world's largest uninhabited island. It's cold, dry. I call this place Mars on Earth. We find exactly the same looking canyons, valleys, and gullies here. Exactly the same. I was just completely taken aback by how Mars-like the whole landscape was.
Especially when you're flying in, it looks just like the moon base. The land is desolate.
We had to take 7 flights to get here.
This is a place that is barren,
Vast, intimidating.
isolated and remote, and rocky, just like the surface of Mars is. Just like the surface of Mars is.
It has exactly the profile, the slopes, the topography, if you will, of some of the canyons we see on Mars. Exactly.
These are going to be heavy lift rock helicopters. So they're saying that they're going to carry rocks across a planet that has essentially virtually no atmosphere using helicopters that can't possibly fly. How dumb is this? So NASA's in the business of faking everything. NASA has been faking science, and they're still doing it with these helicopter stories. If you were able to explain to somebody, to really get it through their thick skulls, like how helicopters work, they would eventually realize that, you can't fly helicopters at high altitude even on Earth, can you? Nope, you sure can't. Because that defies the laws of physics. You can't build that. It won't fly. NASA, knowing that the public is completely ignorant of science, and NASA's like, screw it. Let's just say it did work. Let's just say that we sent a helicopter to Mars and it's been flying around, and they have like CGI videos to quote prove it. Like deep fake NASA videos. And it's working so well, we're going to send 2 more helicopters. Oh, and I forgot to tell you the best part. How are these helicopters powered? Oh, get this. Solar panels. Solar panels. They claim to have a solar powered helicopter flying on a planet with no atmosphere. A planet that gets a lot less sunlight than Earth. But they think that the average consumer is gonna, solar-powered helicopter on another planet with no atmosphere, carrying rocks. Sure, makes total sense. Why not? And vaccines are safe and effective. just endless.
Not everybody can be a robot polisher.
When Alan Dulles brought in all the Nazi scientists and so forth, they went to 2 places. They went to CIA and they went to the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, which in our world we call it not a space agency. And as Kathy O'Brien has said so clearly, that's where the bulk of the mind control has been done.